Hello everyone, I'm Chaturanga from PTE Read Express. Today I'm going to give you some brief introduction on how to enhance your skill set of PT academic read alouds. Read alouds in the sense it is the very first task you can face in the PT academic exam, and it's in the speaking section. Even though it's in the speaking section, it will be given marks for your speaking as well as your reading sections. In the read aloud section or read aloud task, actually, you will be given 6 to 8 questions, and you have to answer each and everything. And you'll be given comparably same marks for almost same marks for speaking and reading, which is around 25 to 30 marks out of 90. So it is one of the four key tasks, and let me say it's one of the four key PT academic exam results boosters in the exam, and you have to tackle it very carefully, because if you don't do it well, you might get marks in the speaking, but you will lose marks in the reading section. So in this video, I will give you, I'll be given four key points to consider on how to do a read aloud properly. So the first fact is that no omissions. That means normally in the exam you will be given 35 to 40 seconds according to the content of the read aloud you have been given, and within that time you have to get prepared, and you have to look for words which you cannot pronounce correctly. So you have to have some replaceable words, but you can't omit them. In other words, you can't miss those words, or you have to include each and every word in the in your answer. So that's the first thing. And second thing you have to remember is that no insertions, even or any uh, less confidence words, or any sound or any word. If you put uh, or if you included in the answer, you'll be penalized actually. So you have to remember that you cannot insert any foreign word to your answer. And the third thing is you have to maintain a good pace, because normally in the exam, for especially for read alouds or all the speaking tasks, you will be given marks for pronunciation as well as for your fluency. So the misconception is within the students is that they try to finish the task as soon as possible, and they are not much considering about the pronunciation part. But some students spell it very slowly, and they are more targeting on pronunciation. But the clear way is that you have to balance both fluency as well as pronunciations. So in order to get that point, you have to speak in your pace speed. And the pace speed in the sense that that is the maximum speed which you can read the test, not the other one. Say in the exam, if the person adjacent to your test sheet, you might hear that he or she is going very fast, but you don't have to go very fast. You can do it in your own pace, which you have practiced in the class, and you have to be very confident on your pace, which is that you can clearly uh, pronounce all the words uh, one after one, but there are no any gaps, or there are no any time gaps in between the words. So it's like a flowing of words. That's it. And you don't need to go in unnecessary speed. If you can go a speed as long as you can maintain the flow of the words, that's it. That's what required in the exam, because in the exam, in the instructions, they have clearly mentioned that you need to maintain uh, or you have to read this text as naturally and clearly as possible. So that's the requirement of read alouds. And the fourth and the last fact is that you have to make a significant pause only in the full stops. That's it. And even though in commas and other punctuations, you don't need to uh, stop, or you don't need to stop your speech unnecessarily, except if you need, say, if you need to take a short breath, then you can use that uh, other punctuations. But otherwise, you don't need to stop your speech uh, on other punctuations other than a full stop. Say in the question which you have given, there are no any full stops. Then what you have to do is you have to break the given question into meaningful chunks. That means chunks of 10 to 12 words. I think it would be uh, more than enough. And the main requirement is that you have to read that word chunk as a sentence. So that's the four parts which I have to cover. No omissions, no insertions, maintain a good pace, and no unnecessary hesitations or pauses. So that's the main four thing. And the throughout the speaking section, your confidence of answering is the most required skill actually. So try to answer everything in with a great confidence. So I will be doing 5 read alouds today as a demonstration. So then you can get an idea on how to do read alouds properly. So we'll go into that. Once you pick the general topic for your paper, you need to come up with a thesis. Your thesis is the main and focal point of your paper, and it's the position you will take on a particular topic. Formulating a strong thesis is one of the most important things you need to do to ace your paper. Many papers you write in college will require you to include quotes from one or more sources. Even if you don't have to do it, integrating a few quotes into your writing can add life and persuasiveness to your arguments. The key is to use quotes to support a point you are trying to make rather than just include them to fill space. Networking is easy and fun because it taps into this human predilection to talk about ourselves when asked. Consider successful networking as little more than the process of guiding a person to tell you about his life, what he is doing, the company that employs him, and his current industry. Although Botswana's economic outlook remains strong, the devastation that AIDS has caused threatens to destroy the country's future. In 2001, Botswana had the highest rate of HIV infection in the world. With the help of international donors, it launched an ambitious national campaign that provided free antiviral drugs to anyone who needed them, and by March 2004, Botswana's infection rate had dropped significantly. Over the centuries, the holiday evolved, and by the 18th century, gift giving and exchanging handmade cards on Valentine's Day had become common in England. Handmade Valentine's card made of lace, ribbons, and featuring cupids and hearts eventually spread to the American colonies. The tradition of Valentine's cards did not become widespread in the United States, however, until the 1850s.